So after a bit of a hiatus, we are back with another 6-week challenge for our members here at Dynamic Growth Studios and for you out there in the land of YouTube. We kind of felt over Christmas and New Year, everybody had that New Year buzz and that bit of enthusiasm that they didn't really need us challenging them with anything new. So now we're back and we're going to continue these on a 6-week basis, 6 weeks on, 1 week off, 6 weeks on and so on for the rest of the year. As with the previous challenges, these are designed as a measuring device to test that your fitness and your strength or flexibility or whatever it is you're looking for is actually improving. So this one's been set up by Jamie, and again you'll find that there are a number of elements to this that can be improved upon. So even if you only improve one element of your training, you should find that your time drops during this challenge. If you're able to improve on all of them, you'll get a much better result, but even if you're just improving one element, you should see an improvement in your time, and that's really what we're looking for, an improvement in your time, not necessarily trying to beat everyone else, although that's good fun. The first and foremost person you have to beat is you. So as you'll see, for this challenge, there are a few elements that you're going to need, or a few tools that you're going to need to be able to complete the challenge. You need a prowler, or in this instance you could actually use a drag sled as well, but with our prowler it just means you have to put less weight on it to make it work in the first place. You'll need a length of rope. The distance that we're doing this across is a 16 metre length, so you need a rope that's at least going to get you that 16 metres and then some slack at the end to tie it around something. And we're using a Bulgarian bag. So you could use a sandbag or you could use a power bag. It's essentially anything that is going to give you a little resistance off the floor with a decent amount of weight. The Bulgarian bag we've chosen here is a 17 kilo bag, and everyone will use that. But as with the previous power challenge, we're going to divide it up into male and female for the weight on the power itself. We're adding 2 15 kilo plates, so 30 kilos in total, which takes our power weight up to 75 kilos. That's for the men. For the girls, slightly less, 2 5 kilo plates plus our 45 kilo prowler takes it up to 55 kilos. So you set it up at one end of the prowler run, 16 meters away from the front of the prowler. You're going to have the rope attached to the front of the prowler. In a standing position, you're going to pull the prowler towards you. The Bulgarian bag is not on it yet, it's sitting beside you. Pull the prowler all the way down until it's right up next to you. Add the bag onto the prowler for additional weight, then using the low handles, or if you're using a drag sled, you can just go down onto the weight itself. Push it all the way back until the rope is completely extended out and ready for the next person. When you get to the other end, take the bag off, put it on the floor, and then you're going to be driving that forward with both hands, and then driving your legs forward after bringing them together until they're out with the span of your hand position. So obviously, if you're a little more flexible, your range in these thrusts is going to be much greater, and you'll be able to do it in fewer steps. If, however, your flexibility is not so good, then that's something to work on for 6 weeks. As a rule of thumb, we've found that people that are stronger tend to worry less about their flexibility and vice versa. So in this instance, the bit where you're pulling the sled towards you is working your grip strength, your lats, your stability. Pushing it back is still using your core stability and the power in your legs. Then when you take the bag off and you're bringing it back down again, the more flexible you are, the better. Plus, it takes a little bit of time and a lot of energy to do it fast, and that's your endurance. If you can improve in any of those aspects, you're going to improve your time. But the thing that's going to be the balancer is that if you're not that strong, you may well be very flexible. And if that's your strength, that's the bit you play to and you do that bit fast. Obviously somebody that's very strong and very flexible is going to do incredibly well out of this. But if you're neither strong nor flexible, that's a problem and it's something for you to work on. As you can see from the video, Jamie's done it in under a minute. I can't remember the exact time, but I will post it here. But that's just there as a guide. It's the first time that he'd done it as well, for all the elements put together. It's just to give you a guide as to whether or not you've got a lot of room for improvement or whether you're very far ahead of the game already. But remember, whatever time you set in week 1, that's the goal to beat. It's exactly the same as if you were to weigh yourself in 6 weeks' time, except this gives you much more information, and it's a much healthier way of looking at your progress. Give it a shot. Post below how you're getting on. Remember to subscribe to the page so you can keep up to date with what's going on here. Hopefully you've been checking out our Gym Etiquette videos as well that we've been posting over the last couple of months. There'll be more of them to come soon. We've got a lot more that we're going to be posting as well, including a little bit more on our Prowler Challenge that's going on more in our Facebook page at the moment. We've had a bit of a response from other gyms throughout the world So that's great, keep them coming. If you've got access to a furler, please post your videos to show us over your 16-metre length how much weight do you push, and that might inspire us to go a little heavier again. It's been very successful, so check it out on the Facebook page, I'll put the link below. But until next time, we'll set this up, see you again in 6 weeks, and hopefully everybody's made an improvement. Until then, see you later.